Hi there, and welcome to Chord Exercise Lesson 4. Today, our next lesson on the cheat sheet is a diminished chord. Sounds scary, right? So let's review what we've known so far. First of all, in lesson number 1, I taught you the chord families to find all the major chords. Remember, chord family number 1 was the all-white chords. The 3 chords in that family are C, F, and G. Finding every other white note with the name of the chord on the bottom. Then you go every other white note. And if you can find that, you can find those 3 chords. You can find all the other chords by following my patterns. Chord family number 2, white, black, white. So you follow the same rule as the C, F, and G, but this time it says black in the middle, white, black, white. So you take your middle note and raise it up to the black note, like this. The 3 chords for the family number 2, white, black, white, are D, E, and A. So go to D, go every other white note, raise the middle finger to the F sharp, or to the black note. Now try that on E. E, raise the middle finger. And the last one is A. A, every other white note, raise the middle finger. The 3rd chord family is white, black, black. The last 7th white note is B. Every other white note, then you raise the 3 and the 5. So raise the middle finger and raise the top finger. That's chord family number 3. Chord family number 4 is F sharp or G flat. It's all black. From F, you raise all 3 to a black note. F sharp, or from G, you lower all 3 notes to black notes. It's the same sound either way, 2 different names. Chord family number 5 is the opposite of white, black, white, black, white, black. You go to the same 3 chords, D, E, and A, and instead of raising the middle finger, you lower the outside fingers. So go to D, every other white note, lower the bottom finger, lower the top. D flat, do that on E, lower the bottom, lower the top. Go to A, lower the bottom, lower the top. The last chord family is the black, white, white, opposite of white, black, black. It's B, B flat. So go to B, and instead of raising anything, you lower the bottom finger to a B flat. Everything else stays the same. So those are our 12 major chords. The cheat sheet I use bases everything on those major chords. So if you need a review of major chords, go to lesson number 1 right here in this link. We've learned about minor. Minor, we lowered the middle finger. Every major chord, all you do is lower the middle finger from where it's supposed to be in major. Okay, so don't get confused. Major chords are those families. Minor chords, from major, you lower the middle finger. Now the next chord we're going to learn today is diminished. It has a little rule you follow, and it's just as easy as minor. So pull out your cheat sheet, go down to diminished chord, from major. Remember, the main base of all of these is from a major chord. So you need to know what a major chord is. On C, it's all white. C, E, G, that's your major. In minor, we lowered the 3rd finger. In diminished, we not only lower the 3rd finger, but we also lower the top. This is a very dissonant leading chord. This is a chord that some people don't like, but when you hear it, you know it needs to go somewhere. You want it to finish. We need dissonance in music because if everything all just sounded beautiful, it would be boring after a while. But getting dissonance gets us that anxiousness that feels so beautiful when it resolves. So that's what a diminished chord is for. So you lower the middle, you lower the top. That's all you have to do to make a diminished chord. They're not hard. You just need to remember the little rule. So let's make a diminished chord. C. Lower the 3, lower the 5. Now go to the other all-white chord, F. Lower the middle, lower the top. Now, on F, the top there's no black note. You have to go from a white down to a white. So you're going to have a white, on a lot of these chords, you're going to go from a white to a black or a black to white. But remember, there's two spaces in pianos that don't have black notes. That's how we have groups of threes and groups of twos. So sometimes going down a half step means going to another white note, not just to a new black note. So on the F, that's one of those. F major, all white. F diminished, lower the middle, lower the top. Isn't that a beautiful dissonant sound? Yes. Okay, let's do the G. The all white G. Lower the middle, lower the top. So let's go back and forth. G, G diminished. G, G diminished. G. Keep that bottom note the same because that's the name of the chord. The only things you change are the other two. Good. Let's try the three white, black, white chords, D, E, and A. D. Every other white note, raise the middle finger. There's your major chord. Now lower the middle, lower the top. Go back and forth. D major, D diminished. D major, D diminished. Same thing with E. E, white, black, white, middle raised. That's major. Now go from major to diminished. Major, lower the 3 in the top. Back to major, raise those 3 and 5 back up again. Now lower them to diminished. Major, diminished, major. Last white, black, white, A. Raise the middle finger, there's your major. Lower the middle and the top, diminished. Go back to major, diminished, major. Right, next chord family, white, black, black, the B. We love the B. Every other white note, raise the top 2 fingers. Now to make it diminished, you'll lower those 2 fingers. Back to all white. This is your only all white diminished chord. Go back to major, raise the top 2. Diminished. Major. Diminished. Good. All black. F sharp. Go to F, raise all 3 notes. F major, F sharp. All 3 black notes. Now take the middle and lower it, the top and lower it. Diminished. F sharp major. Diminished. Major. Or G flat. Chord family number 5. Black, white, black. So D, E, and A again. D flat, E flat, A flat. Go to D, lower the outsides. Here's your major chord. Now, in your middle finger, you have to move down to another white note. It's already on a white note. Now lower it to another white note. Take your top finger and go down to G. D flat, diminished. Go back to major. Diminished. Major. Now let's do that again with E flat. This time, we don't have to go down from a white to a white because we have a black note in between. E flat, diminished. Go down, back up. Remember that bottom note stays the same. You only lowered the other 2. Diminished, major, diminished, to major, diminished, major. Let's do the last one. A flat. Outsides are black. Now lower the middle finger to another white note again, just like D flat. This is A flat. Lower the top finger to the white note. A flat diminished. Go back to major. Diminished. Keep that bottom note the same both times. Major, diminished. Major, diminished. Anchor that bottom note. Last family. Family number 6. B flat. Go to B. Lower the bottom finger. Now this one's really squishy. Lower the middle to that. Lower the top to another white note because there's no black note in between. B flat diminished. Go back to major. Diminished. Major. Okay, we did them in chord families. Now here's the exercise that we can do them chromatically. So you're raising up a half step every time. C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, then end on C. And we're going to make them diminished in between. Now this exercise has a quarter, quarter, triplet quarter. Our first quarter, you notice, is a C, capital C. That's how you see a C chord that's major. Default for any chord, if you see just a letter, that automatically means major. So that first letter is C. So we're going to have a major chord. Then you're going to see dim, which is one way to see a diminished chord. You should see a C in front of it, but I just made it easier to spell out for the exercise. So the whole measure is C. So C, then the next quarter note, you see all those flats. You top flat the top two notes. So you've got an E flat and a G flat. So C major, then C diminished. Now while you're in diminished, your triplet is going to be a broken C diminished chord. So C, E flat, G, and then you go back to the C major. So this is what it sounds like. 1, diminished, triplet, major, major, diminished, triplet, major. That's how all the measures are going to go in all 12 keys. So let's go slowly and let's try. Let's do C one more time. C, diminished, triplet, major. Go now up to D flat. Go to D, flat the outsides. And then diminished, you just squish it down to the next half step down. All right, practice that. All right, let's do the measure. Ready, go. D flat, diminished, triplet, major. Okay, let's try D. Every other white note, raise the middle because it's white, black, white. 1, go. Major, diminished, triplet, major. Good. Make sure that triplet stays in diminished. Don't go back up to major. Stay on diminished for the triplet. Do that measure again. D, diminished, triplet, D. E flat, black, white, black. Every other white note, lower the outsides. Here's your major. Ready, go. E flat, diminished, triplet, major. E, white, black, white. Ready, go. E major, E diminished, triplet, major. F, all white to start. Ready, go. F, F diminished, diminished, triplet, major. G flat, all three are black. Ready, go. Major, diminished, triplet, major. Now to G, all white to start. Ready, and G, diminished, triplet, major. A flat, a few more to go. Black, white, black, A flat. Ready, and A flat, A diminished, triplet, major. A, white, black, white. Every other white note, raise the middle finger. A major, A diminished, triplet, major. Good. B flat, black, white, white. Ready, go. Major, diminished, triplet and diminished, then back to major. Another one, B, white, black, black. Every other white note on B, raise the top two. Major, diminished, triplet and diminished, then back to major. Then our last measure to just top it off, because we've already done a C down here. When we get to this top C, we're just going to go quarter in major, quarter in diminished, and a half note in back to major. Let's play that one. Major, diminished, major, and that tops it off. So, are you ready to try the exercise? All right, got to crack my back. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. C, diminished, triplet, major. D flat, diminished, flat, diminished, triplet, major. A, diminished, triplet, major. B flat, diminished, triplet, major. B, diminished, triplet, major. End it with major, diminished, major. All right, let's do it without me talking. Now you notice, if you're looking at the music, if you do read music, you see a bunch of chords that end up with all these double flats. Lots of flats. Why don't they just write A? Look at this measure with the E flat. Or let's just look at D flat, the very second one that we're going to do. D flat major. The diminished chord has a D flat, then an F flat, and an A double flat. Why don't we just write D flat, E, and G? The reason why is because all chords need to be stacked, written correctly. Because of whatever key you're in, you have to call it every other note. So the chord needs to be D, F, A, no matter what's flatted or sharped. So your main D flat chord is D flat, F, A flat. So just because they lower the top and the middle to make it a diminished chord, they still have to keep it a D, F, A in notes on the paper. So we call it D flat. The middle note now from F becomes F flat. Even though there's no black note, a flat on a white note can still be a white note. It's just the next half step down. Then the A flat now becomes A double flat because that's what it is. It's technically a G, but it's an A double flat. So you're going to see a ton of flats in this exercise because everything's flatted at one point or another. So let's try it. I won't talk, I'll just play. We'll play it together at a decent speed. So when you're ready, it won't be fast, but just not paused and slow like we just did. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, C. There it is. Not fast. It doesn't need to be fast. So when you test yourself as you're learning these chords, we now know majors, minors, and diminished. Now you test yourself. Just randomly say one of the keys. A flat. Do you know A flat major? It's the black, white, black family. So go to A and lower the outsides. You need to memorize that so you can know. Because if you know all the majors, you can find all the other ones. And this cheat sheet will help you till you get more confident. Now, once you get all your majors, remember the rule for minors. Lower the middle note. So randomly say you're going to just go right out and play a minor chord. So don't play the major chord, but imagine the major chord. So let's say D. D, think into your head what family that is. D major is white, black, white. So put your hand in position. You could even put your finger there. Don't play it though. Now picture what the rule is for minor. Lowering it a half step in the middle. So now lower it. Now play. Now if you're going to test yourself on D minor, this is what you'll play. The more you do the patterns, even though it's slow, the faster you get at it, and your brain will just do it instantaneously eventually. So really this is the easiest way to learn all these chords. Let's do another one. C diminished. C. We know what C major is. We know it's an all-white chord. So go to C major. Diminished is lowering the 3 and 5. Don't play C major. Just go straight to C, then picture yourself lowering those 2 top notes. Now play C diminished. So as you follow those slow steps, do random diminished chords. B flat diminished. Go to B flat. You know what the family is. Lower the top 2, then play it. F diminished. Go to F. It's all white. Lower the middle, lower the top, then play it. Follow those slow steps until all of a sudden it's really fast. Do yourself a little favor by practicing on your own by writing down all 12 chord names. You know them now because you have the chord family names chart. It has all 12 names. Well, it's 13 technically because F sharp G flat has 2 names for 1 chord. So we have 13 chord names. Test yourself randomly. It's a good exercise to do. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.